Greetings and salutations. Thank you for lending an ear to the voice of the times. This Tuesday, December 14, 2021. For today's editorial, time to clean up Olympic boxing and weightlifting. Boxing and weightlifting may be scratched from the 2028 Olympic Games in Los Angeles unless the governing federations of the two sports do a major house cleaning to sweep out lingering issues including doping and corruption. International Olympic Committee President Thomas Bach had sent fair warning to the International Boxing Association, or AIBA, and the International Weightlifting Federation, or IWF, to show proof within the next 18 months that they have put up significant reforms to address lingering concerns. Bach has also red-flagged a third sport, modern pentathlon, telling its governing body to replace equestrian jumping, following a distressing incident in the last Tokyo Games in which a German coach punched a horse for refusing to jump over a hurdle. But it is boxing and weightlifting that should worry our sports officials the most. Filipino boxers have brought home 4 silver and 4 bronze medals from the Olympics, and Hidilyn Diaz, the vanguard of an emerging crop of world-class Filipino weightlifters, snatched the gold and a silver in the last 2 games. The AIBA has been a persistent headache for the IOC. The association has been accused of preserving a culture of corruption that has bred biased judging and refereeing. For the record, the AIBA did try to clean up its act. Admitting to a lack of proper procedural norms, it suspended all 36 referees and judges who officiated at the 2016 Rio Olympics. 3 years later, the IOC stripped the AIBA of involvement in the Tokyo Games over governance, finance, refereeing, and ethical issues. The message is clear. Unless the association changes its ways, it stays out of the Olympic program. An Olympic gold has eluded Filipino boxers, and many sports analysts are convinced there were times when they were the victims of biased referees and judges. Anthony Villanueva had the first crack at the boxing gold when he faced the Soviet Union's Stanislav Stepashkin in the final of the featherweight division in the 1964 Tokyo Games. Villanueva lost by a split decision, but some sports writers decried that the judges favored his foe because it was unthinkable for a Soviet boxer to be defeated by someone from an upstart country like the Philippines. The bias was more obvious when Mansueto Onyok Velasco faced Bulgaria's Daniel Petrov Bolyov for the light flyweight championship in the 1996 Atlanta Olympics. The judges used a device to indicate whether a fighter had delivered a clean blow, which counted as a point that registered on an electronic scoreboard. As the fight progressed, the live TV coverage showed that Velasco was hitting Bolyov with solid blows, but his punches were not being recorded on the scoreboard. Velasco lost on points, 6-19. At this year's Tokyo Games, Nesty Petesio also lost on points to Japanese Sara Irie in the women's featherweight final. That did not sit well with many Filipino boxing fans who suspected a hometown decision. Self-reform and integrity. Unless there is a way to electronically record punches, the way it is done in fencing, judges and referees will continue to play a dominant role in determining the outcome of a boxing match. Keeping them honest is crucial. It is hard for an organization to engage in self-reform, said Olympic member Richard McLaren, the head of the independent investigation commissioned by the AIBA. It takes the right people with the integrity to run the organization. Rules can be perfect, but the people have to be better, McLaren said. Weightlifting is another IOC problem child. At least 110 doping offenses were logged at Olympic weightlifting events, and 49 lifters have been stripped of their medals. A blanket plan, however, would be unfair to clean weightlifters like Diaz, who has maintained championship form without turning to performance-enhancing drugs. According to one definitive study, weightlifting would benefit from the targeted testing of certain regions and continuing investment in long-term sample storage as the sensitivity and specificity of detection continues to improve. Rather than sacrificing talent, stricter doping tests appear to be the best way forward. And that's the editorial for Tuesday, December 14, 2021. For more news and information, get a copy of the Manila Times on print, subscribe to our digital edition, or log on to www.manilatimes.net. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and listen to The Voice of the Times.